When peace feels unfamiliar, restoration begins here. This is Pipe Podcast.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Pipe Podcast. I'm Ann, and today I want to talk about something that changed my life. The day I stopped giving up on myself. People often ask me what changed. What was the turning point? When did I finally decide to fight for myself? The answer might just surprise you. The day I decided I was worth saving was the same day someone who had hurt me deeply told me that they didn't think I would make it in life. They said that if I did make it, I would be better than they ever thought. And something shifted inside of me. I realized I had spent too much of my life allowing other people's opinions to define me. Too much of my life believing the lies spoken over me. Too much of my life doubting myself. In that moment, I realized the enemy was waiting for me to fall. Waiting for me to quit. For me to give up. And I made a decision. I wasn't going to spend my life proving people wrong. I was going to spend my life becoming the woman God created me to be. I prayed and I asked God to help me. Not help me get revenge. Not help me stay angry. But help me become the best version of myself. Help me live in victory. And that prayer changed everything. Looking back now, I can see that I had spent years neglecting myself. I was busy taking care of everyone else, meeting responsibilities, showing up for family, doing what needed to be done. But somewhere along the way, I stopped taking care of me. I think many women can relate to that. We spend so much time pouring into everyone else that eventually our own cup runs empty. We convince ourselves we'll take care of ourselves later. After the children are grown, after the bills are paid, after life settles down. But sometimes later never comes. And before you know it, years have passed. That was my reality. My health suffered physically, emotionally, and mentally. I was diagnosed with obesity, high blood pressure, severe vertigo, osteoporosis, and depression. After breaking my foot, I was walking with a cane. I remember feeling discouraged, overwhelmed, exhausted, and honestly, hopeless at times. I accepted many of those struggles as simply being part of my future. I thought maybe this was good as life was ever going to get. But one day, I became tired of being sick and tired. Tired of feeling unhappy, being stuck, tired of believing change wasn't possible. And I realized something. I don't have to accept that as my future. I had the power to make different choices. I had the power to change my life. But I had to be willing to do the work. Nobody could do it for me. I had to roll up my sleeves and get started. Now let me tell you something. This wasn't an overnight transformation. There wasn't one magic moment that fixed everything. There wasn't one prayer, one workout, one healthy meal. It was hundreds of small decisions made over and over again. Some days I got it right, and some days I didn't. But I kept showing up. I kept trying. I kept believing things could get better. And 3 years later, I can honestly say I'm proud of how far I've come. I've lost over 30 pounds. I no longer need a cane. My doctors are impressed with my progress, and my medications are being reduced. I continue walking, exercising, and doing physical therapy. But while I'm grateful for those physical changes, the greatest transformation happened on the inside. Because healing isn't just about losing weight. It's not just about improving your health. It's not just about what the scale says. Healing is learning that you matter. Healing is realizing you are worthy of care, worthy of peace, joy, and growth. For years, I worried too much about what other people thought of me. I spent too much energy trying to gain approval, trying to be enough, and trying to please everyone. Eventually, I realized something. What other people think about me is not nearly as important as what I think about myself. I also realized I couldn't expect someone else to love and care for me more than I love and care for myself. That realization changed everything. Because when you don't believe you're worthy, you stop investing in yourself. You stop caring for yourself. You stop believing things can get better. And that's a dangerous place to live. One of the biggest unhealthy patterns I had to break was negative thinking. I had to stop speaking defeat over my life. I had to stop assuming the worst. I had to stop replaying old hurts and disappointments. I had to learn how to redirect my thoughts. That wasn't easy, but it was necessary. Because whatever you focus on eventually grows. If you focus on hopelessness, hopelessness grows. If you focus on fear, fear grows. If you focus on gratitude, gratitude grows. And that's one reason why plug into positive energy became so important to me. People sometimes hear that phrase and think it means pretending life is perfect. That's not what it means at all. Life isn't perfect. We all face struggles, disappointments, losses, heartbreak, and mistakes. But positive energy isn't pretending those things don't exist. It's choosing not to let them define you. It's choosing faith over fear, hope over hopelessness, growth over excuses. It's asking yourself every day, what am I connected to? Because whatever you're plugged into will eventually shape your life. For me, plugging into positive energy means staying connected to God's promises instead of my fears. It means focusing on gratitude instead of bitterness. It means choosing healing instead of staying stuck in old wounds. As I continue healing, I feel more peaceful, joyful, loving, and more grateful. Starting this podcast has helped me build my self-esteem too. Sharing my insecurities, talking about things that I was once ashamed of, being honest about my struggles. It's difficult, but it's also incredibly freeing. Today, I'm proud of who I am, and I'm proud of who I am becoming. You have to remind yourself that you matter. You are worthy. You are beautiful inside and out. You are capable of achieving far more than you ever think. Today, when I look back, I'm grateful. Not for the pain itself, but for what God did with it. Every obstacle, every struggle, every disappointment, every setback, it pushed me toward the woman I needed to become. There were many times I wanted to give up. Many times. But I couldn't. My children needed their mother. And deep down, I knew God wasn't finished with me yet. For many years I asked God, why me? Why did I have to go through this? Why was this life so hard? Why did I have to carry so much pain? And one day, it felt like God answered me. Not with anger, not with condemnation, but with a simple question. Why not you? That changed my perspective completely. Maybe I wasn't forgotten. Maybe I was chosen. Maybe God chose it and trusted me with a story that could help someone else survive. From that day forward, I decided I would never give up on myself again. Because I realized I have an assignment, and God has had my back the entire time. Today, the little girl inside of me has finally been rescued. She's finally being loved the way she always deserved to be loved. And if you're listening today and feeling hopeless, I want you to hear me. Trouble doesn't last always. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. So wipe away those tears, my sister. Restore your crown stand back up and remember who you belong to. Your story isn't over. God is still writing it. And He is about to do a new thing in you. So thank you for spending this time with me today. And remember, what you plug into matters. Choose faith. Choose healing. Choose growth. Choose gratitude. And most importantly, plug into positive energy. I'll see you the next time.
Thank you for sitting with us today, where restoration begins.